Altcoins continued to run wild this weekend, with Bitcoin consolidating around these 100K levels. That sideways price action is contributing to dominance slowing and money flowing into altcoins. So what altcoins have been doing well that we have covered on this channel, but also what altcoins still have upside from here. I'm going to go over some targets. I'm going to go over some altcoins that I've actually added to my portfolio this weekend, as well as some upcoming opportunities across potentially what would be called traditionally node sales or upcoming meme coins. So let's go ahead, jump right into it. Like the video down below and subscribe to the channel for more every single day and every week here on In the Game. We have you covered from crypto, gaming, AI, meme coins, and more, all right here on In the Game. And a big shout out to all of our sponsors here on In the Game. We have some amazing sponsors from Ledger, Blowfin, Bybit. We have Moon Tropica, FUNZ, we have Blue Whale, we have FOMO. So many quality sponsors here on the In the Game channel. But a big shout out to Blue Whale AI. As mentioned, their node sale is currently going on. And I have to say, I didn't know, but this is all no hardware required. You can track your progress on the nodes on your mobile phone. It is a really good technology to be able to kind of eliminate that barrier to entry. A lot of people wonder like, okay, I have to run these nodes on my computer, which means I have to have the hardware for it, or I have to run my PC 24/7, and maybe your PC isn't really built up to that, but Blue Whale has you covered. You can run these completely autonomous right off your mobile phone and earn rewards in the Blue Whale token. But on top of that, it seems like they have some stuff coming up with OKX and Gate. So, you know, obviously the low-hanging fruit would be exchange listings. We'll see what this turns out to be, but a big shout out to Blue Whale AI. I did invest in this project as well a long time ago, and I'm excited for their upcoming nodes and TGE. Now, let's jump right into it. It was a huge week for gaming and AI tokens. Like if we go look at the weekly price action here, Wilder World, one of our absolute favorite coins. We've been calling this a great buy for a year plus at this point in time, since before the Apple VR announcement over a year ago. And then it consolidated around this 20-cent level after a big run over $1. And now it's up 100% on the 7-day time period, up 194% over the 30 days. So a big jump in price action here. We'd love to see that. We have Super Champs, which I mean, look, Super Champs, they did this right. You know, I think we need to study fair launches, like I said in this tweet, by competent teams that are willing to take a risk. And what I mean by fair launch, guys, like this had so much opportunity because if we click into Super Champs, we can actually see it is almost fully diluted. There's 74 million circulating, but there's only 84 million fully diluted. They had VC funding from you know, projects up to Coinbase Ventures, and they decided as the #1 game on Base to just drop in and say, we're just going to go fair launch DEX only. If this ends up getting centralized exchanges, I think that Super Champ still has a lot of upside from here. So a big shout out to anyone who got involved there. We also gave you guys Agents AI a little over a week ago as well. And if we look at this weekly price action, up almost 75% and only at a $7 million market cap. So I think there's still a lot of upside to come there. We have MOG up 85%. We have Polis, which is one of our favorite gaming coins in the low market cap spectrum, up 86%. Superverse up at this point on the week, a nice 43%, up to $970 million circulating market cap. And personally, I think this can go to $5 billion fully diluted. Like $5 to $10 on Super to me is easy. It has become kind of that de facto token in the Web3 gaming ecosystem that just kind of encompasses everything from all their partners, from far away, from off the grid to My Pet Hooligan to Wilder World. They're partnered up with all the giants in the space. And I think that Superverse still has a lot of upside from here. And it seems that super stakers are going to get a ton station airdrop. So that's looking solid. And I just love the meme culture. Like Elio's really dove into making this more of like a culture coin. Super Santa is here and he brought his liquidity sledgehammer, prepare for violence, super cycle. So, you know, whatever you want to say about Super, it has legitimately been one of the best performing tokens over the yearly timeline. And that's undoubted. And if we look at this all chart, obviously this was like the pre-sale launch prices, but this was down at 7 cents last October, and now we're looking at $2. So an absolutely crazy run up here by Superverse, and I do truly think that this has some more upside from here. Another gaming coin that has done really well this week, if we go scroll down here, would be Beam. Finally, we get some Beam price action. Beam up 30% on the weekly, and then on the monthly, we're looking at a 65% gain. And then yesterday, the Beam Foundation posted that the horizon calls a world on the brink of transformation, coming to Beam very soon. Now, I don't know if this is a game. I don't know if this is a production. It looks pretty production-esque, but I have no idea. Like, it's pretty cryptic at this point in time. How am I, and Avalanche replies, how am I already nostalgic for a video released a couple hours ago? Win announcement very soon. So we'll see exactly what this entails, but it seems like Beam has something cooking here in the next coming, I would say, days or weeks. And this price action, let's just go look at the all chart here. Actually, the year chart, because this coin migrated about a year ago. We're not that far off of all-time highs. We're about 25% from all-time highs or so. This could easily surpass all-time high and then get into that price discovery like we've seen with other coins that have kind of passed through that, whether it be MOG, whether it be Brett. I know those are meme coins, but price discovery does mean a lot. And you can't even factor in last cycle's price for something like Superverse. So to me, Superverse is at a new all-time high, even though that pre-sale pump brought it to $3. The way the market cap was structured and the tokenomics at that time, you can't really compare it. So to me, like, you've seen what happens when Super breaks that support. You've seen what happens whenever Beam is breaking. So to me, these are still great plays, and I think we have lots of upside remaining on these. But it's just been good to see Beam pump, especially on the heels of Avalanche, which was up 70% this month. Obviously, Beam builds on an AVAX L1, so I think that led a lot of momentum there. Some other coins that I listed here on this list: Wild, WAGMI Games, Heart, the Humans AI token has been performing very well. Crown, Champ, we have 𝗂, Beam, Super, and more. And of course, WAGMI. This was a great call. Last week, we gave WAGMI Games. If we just go look at the 30-day chart, I think it should be one of the better performers here. Let's find WAGMI on this list. Here we are, up 70% for the month and 40% on the week. It is down 10% today. Could be a good buy opportunity leading into the global launch on December 12th, 2024. They're doing a lot, from physicals to trading, like action figures and trading cards. They have comic books. They have an anime series. They have the game. There's a lot going on in this ecosystem, even just beyond gaming. And I think that there could be another leg up before the global launch here on the 12th. And then last but not least, Nakamoto Games is one that has been just an absolute killer. We were saying to buy this token around 80 cents, and I think now it's sitting at about $1.45. So a very nice move here. If we just go look at that monthly chart, yeah, we got down here to 88 cents, now at $1.45. To me, it's one of those things where it has a cult community, OG ecosystem. They front ran Ton on the Telegram narrative. All these games that built Telegram games after them, they really front ran that whole narrative. They have their mobile app coming up, so very, very bullish whenever it comes to Naka. But now I want to talk about some upcoming opportunities and a token that I added to my portfolio this weekend, which, you know, right now I'm getting a little more risk on. So we've, on this channel, you guys know I've been in my favorite plays: the Supers, the Beams, the Avalanches, the Primes, all these coins, Ronin, Zentry, etc. Those have been in my portfolio for quite some time. But there's some upcoming opportunities around the corner that I think, one is not a token, but one is a token that I think could catch liquidity because of a narrative that's popping off. So I've been adding to my portfolio this weekend, and I'm also preparing for something coming up this next weekend. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about upcoming tokens, but also a little bit of a warning thesis on this. And I'm just going to use an example from earlier this year. So let's dive right into it. Number one, let's talk about XAI. So Xai or XAI, whatever you want to call it, they are one of the best upcoming, I would say, because they're really adding more games day by day. but they have been a titan in the gaming space since they landed, and their first node sale was absolutely a massive success. Like, they sold so many nodes. They've given out, I think, 300 million in rewards to those first generation node holders in different forms and facets of XAI tokens and ecosystem tokens that drop out to the nodes. But really, the chain activity underneath Arbitrum, they've taken over the reins as far as the top gaming ecosystem on ARB. And if I was to be building a chain right now, or building a game on a chain right now in crypto, it would probably be AVAX, Ronin, Base, or Xi. That's where I would look. Like, Solana, there's too many short-sighted holders on Solana. Like, Solana is just not the best place to build a game currently. I think that, you know, you look across IMX, the tech's a little wonky compared to some of these. So to me, like, there's only 4 options if you really want to go high level and build your game in crypto. That's Ronin, that's AVAX, that's Base, and that's Xi. So Xi, and we were calling, Xi around 19 cents here, right before gaming really started popping off, kind of right around these levels, 19, 20 cents. Now we're sitting at 37 cents. So you might feel like you missed the token, which, personally speaking, I don't think so. I think that this has so much more upside from here, but you have an opportunity again for the upcoming quote unquote nodes, but they are called the Tiny Century Keys. These go live on December 13th, 12 plus airdrops and counting. These are your airdrop battle passes to the XAI ecosystem. Remember, OG Century Key holders, the OG nodes, received $300 million in rewards so far. Next up is the Tiny Century Keys. And if we kind of take a look, like I said, they're adding more games day after day. And they're like this game, Extermination GG, they're going to be airdropping out to Tiny Century Key holders. So this is something, I'm participating in. I won't even lie. I only got my hands on a couple of XAI nodes the first time around, but they have done very well. As far as like node ecosystems, the winners are few and far between. A lot of projects just throw nodes out there and they don't really know what the heck they're doing with it. But XAI's strategy for value prop for their holders for these Century Keys have been crazy. Like, everyone I know that's gotten involved with Xi nodes has had nothing but positive to say. The ROI has been fantastic, and especially it hasn't even been like a year since this happened, and most people are, pretty satisfied with those returns at this point in time. You have a second opportunity here with the Tiny Century Keys. So this is easy. You literally just stake it and you get rewards. It's not like, once again, it's not a hardware requirement, that there's no real, it's a key to the ecosystem. So this comes out on the 13th. I will keep you guys updated, and I will make sure that you guys are able to get a good tier, hopefully, on this show whenever this drops on Friday. But keep your eyes out on this, because I will be buying some of these, and I will also help you guys try to get involved and, hope we all win on these Gen 2, technically, the Tiny Century Keys. So these go live on Friday. I'm looking forward to buying these. That is number 1. So like I said, one of them is not a token play. I'm looking ahead to Friday for this Tiny Century Key sale. Number 2 is a token play. So what I was mentioning is I've been seeing 2 narratives really popping off. One of them being AVAX. AVAX is up 70% this month. They have Off the Grid. They have MapleStory. They have Shatterline, aka Faraway, the F1 token upcoming. There's a lot of development going on Avalanche. But on top of that, we're now seeing beta plays underneath Avalanche start to pump. Stuff like Beam up 65% this month. Let's scroll all the way down. Stuff like Playable Games up 88% this month. And one of them I actually added to my portfolio this morning, and is actually starting to move, is Domi Online. So Domi Online is one of the OG games underneath Avalanche. It is by some of the original RuneScape founders, and the next milestone they have is open alpha release. They have their upcoming very important play test for this ecosystem. It really is the closest thing, in my opinion, to RuneScape and World of Warcraft whenever it comes to the Avalanche ecosystem. And I was just hanging out with a lot of the Avalanche team here at Art Basel in Miami. I live here, so I was able to just go down the street, be able to get some crazy good networking in with the AVAX team. And I was asking a few of the guys, what is your biggest sleeper on Avalanche? And a very common answer that I got was 𝗏𝗲. So they have staking. They have a game that is, you can play test. And I can tell you it is very fun for any MMORPG, RuneScape, or World of Warcraft lover. You're going to really enjoy this ecosystem. I can tell you that. They're partnered up with Beams. They're on the marketplace. They also have a big integration with AVAX. So to me, 𝗏𝗲 Online is one of the better plays right now, especially when we're talking about, okay, Avalanche pumped, Beam is pumping. I think that the underneath plays are really the way to go if you want to have a catch-up trade. And I think at this market cap for 𝗏𝗲, I bought in around $9 million market cap. It's at about a $10.9 million market cap as of right now. Let's just go look at the all chart just to kind of like, if you missed this little 14% pump, look at what this thing does. Let's just go to the all chart because that's going to give us the better picture. Every time gaming, this is the bear market, so don't even bother with this chart. Gaming got hot. It went from 0.003 up, this 20x'd from the bottom at that point in time. And then it went back down to 2.6, and it, more than doubled from the bottom heading into March of 2024. Now we're at another low point in this chart. I think we can get back easily to $20-30 million market cap on this token in the short term, especially if the developments on AVAX and Beam continue. So this is a token I did add to my portfolio officially this week, and I'm going to probably hold. The risk reward on this one is heavy. Gaming, whenever gaming pops off or AVAX has popped off in the past, 𝗏𝗲 does very well. So this is one I will be holding for a little bit just to see this price appreciation, especially if gaming continues its run. Now, what are the caution tales of this market? Obviously Bitcoin's ranging around this 100K, and we've had trouble. And I'm bullish. I think we continue a nice alt run throughout the year, at least throughout Trump's inauguration. I think Trump's inauguration could be a local top and kind of see a cool off period. That's the way I'm seeing the market right now. But the one thing I want to just throw a caution in the wind, okay? Nexus, by the way, if you're not using Nexus, I don't know what you're doing. We have the entire market covered. It's the software I use here every single day. We also have an alpha tab where you're able to see my portfolio. You're able to see market overviews. You're able to see some signals that we put out. It is the go-to place in this market to track your portfolio, track the market, be ahead of the game, as well as get some of that alpha straight from myself and my team. However, last time we do have a launch pad here. We've done over $4 million raised. This is a little bit outdated. We've done projects like Seed World, Memes Lab, Gunzilla nodes. We've done some really successful rounds here. But if we look back at this time period, a lot of these rounds went live right after Portal. And Portal was a huge success. We were lucky to get an allocation into Portal on the Nexus launchpad. However, this started happening and a lot of projects started TGEing, like a lot of projects. I'm not saying the ones on this list. Like there's some of them that TGE'd that did well, some of them that TGE'd that didn't do quite well. But now we're starting to see this token race. So everyone's launching their tokens. The ones that front ran the narrative, I'm not worried about. Super Champs, Xborg, Lizard Labs. We have, there's a lot of good ones that have recently TGE'd. We have Seed World, for example. Hyperliquid obviously crushed it. But I just want to throw a caution in the wind. When a lot of projects start TGEing, it kind of, to me, it gives me a little PTSD of March 2024. So just to preface that, but there are 4 upcoming TGEs that I'm very excited about that I just want to dive into very quickly. Number 1, KIP Protocol. This goes live in about 8 hours. So this goes live tonight, December 10th, for anyone in North America. So December 10th is the TGE date here, and their tokenomics are honestly pretty solid. 10% to the team, 10% to the private sale, 5% to the operational expenses. I think that's very fair. Strategic sale, advisors only 3%, liquidity 10%, treasury 10%, node operators 20%. So a good incentive there. 10% to the airdrop and staking. So that goes to about 30% direct to the community. And then most of the time, like an ecosystem fund is contributing to the community and also other initiatives. So to me, the tokenomics look pretty good here for the KIT protocol token. And I'm excited for this TGE here over this evening. Number 2, we have Lingo. I'm cautiously optimistic here. They're going with the fair launch DEX only strategy, whereas they used to kind of have this approach. They wanted to go centralized exchange. We'll see how this plays out, but Lingo has been building for quite some time. I hope that this goes well, especially that they're going with a fair launch campaign, and fair launch tokens have been crushing it. So a little bit cautiously optimistic here, but we have Lingo coming up on December 12th. We have Pudgy Penguins token. Obviously, this one got announced over the week at Art Basel. I was at the Pudgy event actually when they announced this. Everyone was really excited. And to be honest, Pengu is going to serve as kind of the meme coin of the NFT space. Like, it might be integrated into Pudgy mobile games or something like that. But to me, this is more of a meme coin than anything. It's a culture coin. And I think that Pudgy Penguins token is going to do very well. It's getting airdropped out to penguins, to the little Pudgies, the fishing rods, as well as some community partners. So you can dive into the Pudgy Twitter and find all of that information if you qualify, or if you hold any collections that also qualify. We have Magic Eden token going live tomorrow. Projections here are putting it at over $1 billion plus on fully diluted market cap. I think that that's pretty easy, but we have about 2 p.m. GMT on 12/10. The ME token will go live. And to be honest, like if ME does well, if stuff like Pudgy does well, we just saw Hyperliquid do well, we're probably going to see more TGEs like Photon, like BullX, like OpenSea. I could totally see all these big protocols with a lot of users and a lot of liquidity starting to say, okay, let's do the same thing and run this playbook, which then it becomes a little bit dicey. Like I said, it gets frothy. So like new TGEs have been doing very well, but at what point does this get a little bit frothy? I'm curious to know your thoughts or what you're thinking, because it kind of gives me PTSD to early 2024. However, all of these projects are solid and I'm really excited for their upcoming token launches. And I think that their strategies are very sound. Now let's talk about meme coins. Obviously, look, our top plays in memes have been absolute bangers, just huge wins. We're talking about Brett now sitting at $2 billion market cap, and Mog at $1.4 billion market cap. The two that I'm eyeing up right now are Meme. Meme is at about $130 million market cap. You can stake this and earn fees off the trading. There's like $3.5 million in the pool currently, and I think that this one's going to get listed. It's the official meme coin of Meteora. I think this one's going to get some big listings. I'm looking for $300 to $500 million market cap in the short term. And then Metis. I mean, Metis has been really doing well. It's at about $60, $300 million for the Metis L2 chain. And they have a gaming initiative, but also their upcoming meme coin Medusa should be going live very soon. I think Medusa is going to kind of do a Foxy. Foxy went up to over $200 million market cap whenever this thing launched. I think that Medusa does the same thing, and I'm really excited to see the Medusa token go live on the Metis network. Otherwise, I have my long-term memes. Like I said, Brett, Mog, I like Ponky, I like Fwog, I like Chill Guy. Those are really the ones that I'm hyper dialed in on. If I'm looking at a lower market cap one, I would go with Mr. Miggles. So that's what I'm seeing in the meme coin space right now. And last but not least, with all this talk of adding new coins to your portfolio, with new purchases, with, connecting to protocols, getting airdrops, you want to make sure you have a hot wallet, but you also want to make sure you have a cold wallet. And I use a Ledger every single day. I have multiple Ledger devices. One stores NFTs, one stores my Bitcoin, one stores altcoins that I don't want to touch. I never connect these to different protocols. It's literally just an in and an out ascending platform for me to store assets. And you need to have the same thing. Go down below, check out Ledger. All these different devices are way cooler than the ones that I have here. I'm still waiting on my recent Ledger purchase. But you have these touchscreens ledgers. They kind of remind me of like an iPod Touch when I was growing up as a kid. So if you don't already have a ledger, check it out down below. There's every coin supported on this, the amount of networks supported, and the security. you will sleep well at night knowing that all of your crypto is on a hardware device and not necessarily on a hot wallet that you connect to all these different protocols. Like, you need to have a risk wallet and you need to have a risk off wallet. This is the definition of a risk off wallet. So check that out down below. And that's going to be it for today, guys. All in all, very bullish on the market currently. I think gaming continues to trend up, especially with some good catalysts coming up to close the year. And I think throughout Trump's inauguration in January, I think the market will continue to do very well. So guys, I'm going to hop out of here for the day. Like the video, subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys on the next one. We're going to have videos coming up all week because we will be taking a little bit of a hiatus around the holiday season. So I will see you guys tomorrow. As always, like the video, subscribe down below, play well, my friends, and of course, stay bullish, my friends.